Good morning, boys and girls. How we doing? Today is day 2 at the garden. We are going to be doing a couple of things today. Right behind the camera, I'll show you guys in a second. We have our soil amendments. We have 3 of them that we're going to be putting down. And then we have that's 3 yards or 6,000 pounds of certified organic mushroom compost. And we are going to be doing that 5-gallon buckets at a time. So I've got 14-inch pathways in my beds, okay? If you have wider pathways, you can use wheelbarrows to do this. I find with narrow pathways, if you start running wheelbarrows up and down there, you destroy your beds, because when you have to tip and turn those wheelbarrows, you're just going to pull your beds right into your pathways. And then you're trying to dump some and move and dump some and move. It becomes a bit of a headache. So I find 5-gallon buckets are easier. I can move faster and it doesn't take as long to fill them up. So generally I just get more productivity out of it. And on top of that, then you're not destroying your pathways and you can keep all your bed shapes. Make sense? All right. So I'll show you guys what we're putting down on the garden. All right. In bag number 1, we have pelletized alfalfa pellets. This is horse feed. For those of you who are not using alfalfa, you really should. This stuff has about 20 different ingredients in it, and it's just alfalfa. There's no additives. But alfalfa contains about 20 different ingredients that act as plant steroids, natural plant steroids. And I put this in all of my plants. I put this in my cannabis. I put this in my gardens. Okay, so we're going to lay that down on all the beds. We're going to sprinkle it in. Next is azomite rock dust. And this stuff is dug out of a mine. If I'm not mistaken, it comes out of Utah. And azomite rock dust, okay, is basically like giving multivitamins to your plants. All right, so and this is a powder, right? You can get it in different sort of grades of powder size. So we're going to be putting that stuff down, spreading that down. And then the third product, try to get out of there, is we're using pelletized hen manure to add the actual NP and K into the garden, because a lot of this is sort of a clay-based soil, and every year as we amend it, the soil gets better, but it's fairly devoid of nutrients. So that's why we're going to add 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to be adding this. So all the nutrients or the amendments are going to go down, and then we're going to put the compost on top, and then we're just going to rake it all into the beds. And then when that's done, we're going to take that pile of geotextile, and then we're going to figure out where we're going to plant, because I'm short a row this year over there. That's okay, because I'm probably not going to be growing potatoes in those beds like last year. The farm owner has offered me another option to put my potatoes out there. And that way I can hill them and not worry about loss of bed space. So that means I have basically 2 extra 40-foot beds that I don't currently have plants to put in them. That doesn't mean I can't get plants, but it means I currently don't have plants. So let's start that, okay? So basically, we just take our scoop like that, fill up our scoop, and we're just going to come along and we're just going to spread that through the garden bed. See? We're just going to spread it around. And this bag weighs, I think this is a 40-pound bag, I think. So, just going to sprinkle it around. Like that. And we're going to do all these beds with the alfalfa, and then we're going to repeat the process with what's left. So this is what the azomite looks like. It's kind of a tan colored powder, and it is definitely a powder. So when you apply this, you want to wait for no wind, and you want to do it low to the ground, or it's all going to blow away on you. So basically all we're doing is we're just going to shake it out. I had to step over the bag there, sorry about that. So this is basically all we're going to do here. And I put this in my gardens every year. So you can see it there. So now we're going to do the rest of the beds, and we'll get back. This is our pelletized hen manure, right? And this stuff is easy to apply too. You just shake it down, right? I'm not going to use my hand. I'm going to use scoops, but we do it the same way. And you just come along, give it the old sprinkle. We just work our way down the line. And if you guys are wondering, okay, I'll show you. So we have 1,600 square feet of beds. I've used, in that whole thing, I've used less than half a bag of azomite and about half the bag of the alfalfa. And then I realized I opened up the wrong darn end of the bag of alfalfa pellets, because as I was walking around, it was falling out the other end, which is the end I should have opened. Duh. So we're just going to get to putting the pelletized hen manure down there. And then I think before I put the compost down, I think I'm just going to give this just a quick rake to just blend it actually into the soil. So, but that'll only take a second. So I'm going to lay that down. We'll be back. So everything's in the ground. You can see the alfalfa pellets. You can see the pelletized hen manure. And you can see the azomite rock dust. It's all in there. And I used about 2/3 of the bag of the hen manure to do all of this. So now I'm going to take a hard rake. That's a hard rake. And I'm just going to literally just blend all those amendments just right into the top, inch or so of soil. I don't want to rake the beds. I don't want to move the material around. I basically just want to till what's there into the ground. Just like that. Now it's just mixed in with the top inch or so of the soil, and we're putting compost right on that. So I'm going to do the rest of the beds. There we go, boys and girls. It's all raked in. Beds are mostly flat. It also helped me pick out some of the weeds and stuff that were up on the surface that were drying out, which is good. And the rest are either going to compost under the ground or try and resprout. But like I said, we're putting down geotextile, so it's okay. So the next step after this is putting compost down. Yeah, that's going to be fun. 5-gallon buckets at a time. That's how we're doing that. So if you guys are new here, Hope you like what you see. You guys should subscribe and watch us fill up this whole garden bed with fruits and vegetables. All right, have a nice day. Grow good food. See you later.